That's good. Nice, good, good, good. Right, so you're competing 2 weeks today, right? Cool, cool, cool. So what we want to try and do is, obviously sort of like, it's not sort of mega in season as such, but it's, yeah, something we want to seriously consider. So, quick change of session going forward really. So, today, so consider today sort of like session 1 if you like. Actually no, do you know what you can do? So a couple of changes. So today we're going to do cleans, 5 singles, but rather than doing it sort of like at absolute like really heavy, I want you to go sort of like just off it basically, sort of like 80%. Yeah, so I just want you to focus on sort of like, because there's no excuse really to miss any. Sort of like, I want them really fast and just, yeah, just really explosive. And then we're going to do jump squats with bands. So we're going to put a band around one of the bottom of the bottom of one of the squat racks. And we're going to do some really fast explosive stuff. So we're going to do 3 lots of 5. Of that. Nordics will stay the same. Pull-ups we're gonna do sort of like explosive push-ups instead. Still want you to do some, and then we'll put the pull-ups in just a little bit later on. In fact, actually no we won't. We'll do rows instead. We can be a bit faster with that. Lateral ball slams and stores, and then next week's session is going to be hand cleans at 60%, jump squats with 6% of your squat. Single leg ham curls, they can stay in. Side bends can stay in. We're going to do explosive sort of like split jerks. And I'm not going to bother with dips. I'm going to do roll out.
Like a mini tape.
Yeah. So, well, I figured like, I was thinking last night, I was like, right, you're 2 weeks out. And I thought, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't know, like, you've done a couple of races flat out now over 60, and I just think if you're gonna go, you want to go and perform reasonably well, and let's just see how you go off 2 weeks, and just see how you handle the sort of like the faster, explosive stuff, and how that affects you going into a race really. Because if this works well, then so next week.
I guess it's a good time to test it, and you said if it works well, you'll be able to do it for.
Yeah, so I mean, so ideally what I would do going forward you know, we would sort of spend the vast majority of the time in sort of like the lower weights really, and sort of focus a bit more on speed. And then ideally sort of like 10 days out, which we're not going to have time to do, but we didn't really, that's fine. It was more important to get more strength stuff in at this moment. Because fundamentally you've got to remember you're a triple jumper, not a sprinter.
Yeah.
So while we want to perform reasonably well at a sprint, because why not? Yeah, exactly. Can't lose sight. We can't lose sight of the we can't lose sight of the goal, which is to get you back full distance jumping. So anyway, so that's what I thought. So I thought we'll just bring it down. Let's get a little bit more explosive. See how you feel, and then you can see how you feel compared to when you're doing your 60s. Because even though the times might not be comparable, I want to know how you feel. You know what I mean? Because effectively we'll have today, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, and then that'll be it then. So not many, really. Exciting shit. Right, so I'm just on my way to a meeting at the National Squash Centre. It's literally just down the road, so it's not actually too far away for me to go. But yeah, so I got an email from a guy called Josh, and I think he's sort of like one of the sort of like lead coaches there. And yeah, you basically want to do some external external sort of strength and conditioning work, which you know they really should be doing really. Oh, what's that? Which they really should be doing, because you know it's so important that athletes, you know, you want to have a really strong system, you know, a really strong body, sort of what I really sort of like quite heavily advocate really. So yeah, so anyway, I'm off down there. They got in touch through a mate of mine called Johnny Fuller, who owns Sport and Therapy, but he's handing the reins over to another guy called Avic, because Johnny is going to Canada. The lucky. So Johnny's off there. You know, he's going to be really missed. You know, I sent literally like so many of my members over to Johnny over the years, just to sort of get work done. You know, just on shoulders, backs, sort of, I don't know, like you name it, everything, pretty much everything really. So it'd be a shame to see him go. But anyway, so he's sorted this meeting out for us. So anyway, yeah, so I'm just heading over there now. It's literally 5 minutes down the road, so it shouldn't be too bad. I don't think I don't know. I don't know what. I'm pretty new to this whole sort of like vlogging game, so I don't know what the script is with filming meetings. I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to. So what I'll do is I'll just give you an update after I've come out. Back from the meeting, pretty good for me, just less than an hour, so normally I do like ramble on for ages. So yeah, pretty good. So he's got a couple of really good athletes at the minute, squash players that are pretty promising. Anyway, they do a lot of work on court and they don't do a lot of work off court, so they want me to sort of do some work with them off court on the strength and conditioning, which I'm sort of like, you know, what I do, so that's fine. And a whole heap of juniors as well, which would just be brilliant. I think getting the younger guys, the young juniors, on to strength conditioning quite early is really, really good. Just so when they get a little bit older, they've got the movement sort of like really dialed in. So anyway, really productive meeting, really, really good. Going to start with them in a couple of weeks, which would be brilliant after the Easter break. And yeah, happy. So back to the gym. Yeah.